before AZB, there was CZB, right? Right. Tell us, how did you said in some way the seeds of AZB were sown because of you and Zia knowing each other and meeting in New York, you just shared. But tell us, how did the transition from CZB to AZB happen and what made it happen?
Yeah, so I mean, just to be clear, I've known Zia since, I don't know, when I was 6 years old or something. It's a very close family friendship. Our parents were very good friends. So, but I was saying professionally, that was the first. How it happened is a very funny story. I'll say it in as discreet a way as possible. So one of our top firms very sensibly decided that, you know, when I'm looking for lateral partners and growing a very far-sighted firm, so they said, let's take 3 good friends and take them on board simultaneously. So 2 of them were Zia and myself, and the third was one of my closest friends in the profession. So that did not materialize. And when it didn't materialize, the third guy said to us that, listen, this did not work out, but why don't you guys, the 2 of you, think of setting up a firm? And that's when we took it seriously. I think very soon thereafter we had lunch together, and that was it. And, you know, again, saying it very quickly, I, you know, went back too little. A very, very difficult decision, very emotional decision. As I said, truly it was like a family. And they were, of course, very, very upset. And so one of the things they did, I guess, hoping I'd change my mind, is they did a 1-year leave period. So when I went back and told Zia that, you know, we'll do this, but I'll come back to you in a year, knowing Zia's level of speed, she must have thought this guy is totally crazy and he's never going to show up. So that was it. In fairness, she, you know, at least appreciated and understood. And once the year ended, things moved very, very fast. But again, I should say, leaving the day I left Little was one of the most emotional days of my life.
You look back,
to answer your question on the CZB part is very easy. You know, that was just, she was CZM, Chamber of Zia Modi. She started her career as a barrister and then quickly went back to corporate because in New York, she was with Baker McKinsey. So we knew on day one, so CZM just changed to CZB because I came, so Chamber of Zia and Bahram. But on day one, we wanted to build a broad, full-service law firm, pan-India. So we knew that the plan we had was in 3 years, we should be at least Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, and we should be around 100 lawyers to be a serious player in the Indian legal market. And again, by God's grace, that's exactly, I think we were 105 in 3 years. So that's how, you know, as soon as we were very fortunate to get Ajay on board, then that's how, you know, the name changed from CZB to AZB. So Ajay, Zia and Bahram. And that's the story.
Mr. Vakil, my question to you is that Mr. Bahel mentioned that, you know, you are the one who keeps everyone's nerves calm in the office, and you're the one who is the balancing factor in the whole thing. Can you tell us something more about how do you do that?
I think he's being very kind. I should I should say, you know, that I am actually very blessed. I think all of you know that they are the 2 superstars. And of course, our timing was fantastic because 2004 to the Lehman period was the real glory years across the world and of course in India as well. So that's how we had a fantastic start to the firm. You know, I was thinking about it that in some ways, like the Beatles had 2 superstars, obviously John Lennon and Paul McCartney. So clearly they are the 2. They are also very musical. But then you have George Harrison, who's more spiritual, who's more Om Shanti Om. So yeah, I am a very spiritual guy. I'm a very religious guy. And I believe that, one of my strengths is interpersonal skills. And I love people. So it's quite easy for me, I have to say, it's kind of God-given. And so I play that role, and I'm very lucky to have played that role.
Thank
Okay.
you, Mr. P.
Thank you. Thank you for giving that example. It's a very good example, the Beatles example. So let me ask you, a lot of people would give an arm and leg away, a lot of big law firm partners to build a firm like AZB. So you created a perfect harmony. You gave a perfect example of being in a band together. Now tell us, what has made ASB, apart from the fact you three are there, in terms of practices, what has made AZB such a big force to reckon with? I know a lot of deals in the last few weeks that have happened, the big deals without naming them, most of them have been worked upon in terms of legal due diligence by you. Now, what makes AZB such a formidable legal collaboration? Because there were other law firms that started, the partners who started, but either they went away as partners or the firms never grew big. So what is the secret sauce you have? How have you created this perfect harmony in a band together?
So very easy, actually. Obvious, in any professional firm, the secret sauce is only people. So you are as strong as your junior most member. And I think there we are really blessed. We have always been focused on that. That from day one, even when we were about 25 lawyers in Bombay and 25 lawyers, Ajay's team that, merged in to create AZB, we are top quality people, top class people in every way. And we have been focused on that. Our mantra has always been quality, not size. Even today, are we the largest law firm in India? Certainly not. But we like to think that we are in quality second to none. We always focus on that. And so it's the team. I mean, right from our first years to our partners, I think in each of them, they are fantastic people. And the second thing, all three of us have said, and again, at least for me personally, I was blessed, as I say, is one of the learnings from Little, keep politics to a real minimum. When you're a small team, it's very easy. There's automatic bonhomie. When you become as large as we are today, then all this politics starts and groupism. So right from the top, we have said that, we are dead against politics. And please keep it, it's long hours. All law firms have very long hours. Keep it as friendly, as cordial, so you actually enjoy your work. So that's really the secret sauce, the people, the terrific team that we have. And we are very young. I always joke and say we are very young in two ways. One is that amongst our peer group, AZB was formed in 2004. So we are very, very young. If you compare Sam, Cam, Ketan, all of them, they are decades older. And second, the average age of our 440 or odd lawyers will be the average age of India. So under 30. So it's a very open, friendly firm, and genuinely anyone can walk into any of our offices and speak their mind very freely. And that's not a cliche. It's anyone at AZB will confirm that that is true.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask you, what is it with Parsis and law that they do so well? I mean, when I was growing up, not that I've grown up, but I tried growing up. You had J.B. Dadachandji, you have Mula and Mula, and I can go on. I don't have to tell you who the legal luminaries in the domain are, but what is it with Parsis and law?
I think that basically very kind of you to say, but I think Parsis and profession. So I think the goal was with, you know, most parents must have said, you choose whichever profession you like. So even, I don't want to, you know, talk too highly of my community, very tiny community, but doctors may, you'll find the same thing. There are lots of top doctors, Udwadia, Sunawala, etc. So, and you're right, again, JBD was a giant of a man. So doctors, lawyers, you know, even accountants today also, Mr. Maligam, etc. So profession was a very big thing for Parsis. So yeah, and
Even
of
in the
course,
corporate
legal
world,
profession.
you look at, in the corporate world, you look at Ruzi Modi, at the Tatas, and I can go on.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the Nani Palkiwalas and so on. And, I mean, at least 50, I can tell you, that I remember from the time. I mean, these days we don't talk that much at JB Dada Chenji because maybe the younger people at home. But they were giants, you know.
Giants, giants. Yeah, so it's a, I think the, you know, in a way, because it's such a small, tight-knit community, education was, you know, a very, very big focus for all of us. And I think in many ways, profession more than business. Yeah, there are some, of course, Tata, Godrej being the obvious example, but I can't agree with you more. I mean, even in council practice, Nariman, Sorabji, I mean, it's so many, so many.
And really top of their game. So what is their quality? You've not told us. What is
So
it that
quality,
makes them so good at what they do?
I think all of them, you know, bring a passion to the job, passion and hard work. I mean, those are the, anyone will tell you for law, I'm sure it's the same for doctors. You have to have that combo. You have to love what you do, given how much time you're going to spend doing it. And of course, all these are giant intellects. So that's, I think that's what they bring to the table.